TitleMatchNetwork.com.
They called me to go to they wanted to do the make up the scars that were on Mickey Rourke. He had a scar on his bicep. He had a scar on his chest. So they called me to, I guess the director, Darren Aronofsky, big wrestling fan. So I had someone contact me, and they brought me into Brooklyn, New York, and they put all the scars and the makeup, and I got to meet Mickey Rourke. And Mickey had said, he says, Darren, I said, we got him in the movie. He goes, well, we're not sure where we're going to, put him in the locker room scene, and I'm kind of glad it didn't work out where I wasn't there. And the reason why I wasn't there was for personal reasons. But what had happened was, it was first, they were doing it in a couple towns over from my house. And they wanted me to be in that scene. And I probably would have been in that scene if something didn't come up, some personal business didn't come up. I had to leave the building, and they had it, I guess, on the roster for the night, who the matches were going to be. And they rattled off my name. And I would have been in that scene. But in hindsight, I probably wouldn't have been happy to be in that scene because all the guys that you see in that locker room, no one's seen them on a major television network. No one knows who they are. So I would have been like part of that. And I wouldn't want to be, not that there's anything wrong with it, but Jim Powers, they would have seen me. They go, oh, that's Jim Powers from WWF and WCW. But all the other guys, it wouldn't have, in my opinion, it wouldn't have fit. Then
I understand totally. Yeah.
You understand what I'm talking about?
100%.
I wouldn't have fit with that group,
right,
with the guys that were in there. But I did have some lines. It was right before Mickey Rourke or whatever, Randy the Ram, whatever his character, Randy the Ram. It was a scene in the locker room at the theater that they were doing right before his match with, I don't know the character's name. It was Ernest Miller, who was a wrestler.
I forgot Sheik character.
I forgot Sheik something or other, right? So, and the director says to me, Jim, he says, grab your bag and walk across like you're leaving. You've already had your match, but you're not staying for Randy the Ram's match. Just go over and greet him or say goodbye to him and whatever. And we did four takes on that. And the director goes, I like that. That was good. Thanks, Jim. And it was kind of like, and that would have been ideal because it's like Randy the Ram Robinson, was it?
I forgot his last name.
Whatever. He's a veteran making a comeback. So he's going to have this big main event after 20 years. So now here's another guy, Jim Powers, who's a veteran as well, who may have had a preliminary match or mid-card match, but has to leave. So it was like one veteran crossing another veteran. So that would have been a good scene there for me. But for whatever reason, like a lot of movies, the shit hit the floor.
Right.
So, I thought that would have been a great scene because he's asking, it's like him greeting me and me saying goodbye to him, and he's asking me, how come you're not staying? And I give him, something about the old ball and chain at home or the old lady. Things aren't like they used to be. So it's one veteran passing another veteran. So that would have been good, but...
What was Mickey like as a person?
Great.
Yeah, he was
great guy. Nice guy. Such a nice guy.
He had no ego either.
Yeah, no ego. He was like one of the boys. He was like one of the... He was just, I don't know what he's like now. I don't know if... I know my wife, she reads the magazines and all, and she says there was a couple instances that she's read about that he wasn't quite nice to women or something. So I don't know.
Yeah, I heard it.
But you heard that too.
Yeah,
okay, so it must
be.
Be true. He said some comments to some women that were
offensive.
Offensive. Yeah. So
did you ever feel pressured, I guess, in your career to use steroids throughout your career?
I'm sorry.
To use steroids throughout your career? Did you ever what is your views on steroids?
Oh, steroids?
Yeah,
they work. They work, and I just there's a difference between, I know I've always heard this before, but you can't say it enough. There's a difference between use and abuse. Any man over the age of 35 would probably qualify for what everyone was politically correct to say. It's hormone replacement therapy. Well, hormone replacement therapy's been going on forever. It's been in Hollywood. It's been in bodybuilding. When bodybuilders take it, or baseball players take it, or football players take it, they go, it's steroid abuse. Well, anyone that knows anything about hormones or steroids or anything, when a man starts to get older, his growth hormone levels and his testosterone levels drop, so replacing them is nothing bad. But anyway, in the wrestling and the athletic field, it's just got a bad stigma attached to it, and it's probably because of the individuals that abuse and not know how to use it. Is it okay? I think it's okay. I don't want to condone it, but it's, even if you this is what you do for a living, whether you're whatever type of athlete you are, entertainer, you do this for a living, and your body's all banged up, and you can't recuperate, or you can't build yourself up so that you can make that living. Well, you know, that's a damn shame. I mean, it's wrong, you know. And I think I'm not condoning the abuse of steroids, or anabolic steroids, or hormone replacement. I'm not condoning the use of it. The abuse of it is wrong. The use of it, in my opinion, is fine.
Right. Okay. What are your views on all the deaths in wrestling, especially Chris Benoit's? I mean,
Man, that's you know, no one go. I had some of my greatest matches with Chris, in my opinion. I mean, they were good, solid matches. My opinion, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I don't think anyone knows what goes on behind somebody else's closed doors. I think it was a tragedy. I don't know Chris to be like that. I didn't know him for very long. For the short period of time I know him to be nothing but a gentleman and a class guy. It's a shame what happened. I knew Nancy. I didn't know their son. I know Chris had another wife and children up in Edmonton, Alberta, Canada. I think it's just a horrible, horrible tragedy. It's a shame because I don't know Chris to be like that. And again, I don't know what goes on behind closed doors. I don't know what happened. You know, it's terrible. It was a great loss to professional wrestling, and as well as Nancy was, and you know, more so their poor son. You know, God rest their souls.